allowing the noises to come to my ears, I bring my attention to the earth and how my feet are in contact with it, and how beautifully the earth comes to support my existence. I allow the juice in my shoulders. There's also juice in my elbows, and in my wrists, and in my head. Whenever something feels comfortable is where I find home. So many times the creative journey is about seeing what's there and listening to what is already there. And we have already what we need to have. Whatever we learn, we make it ours. If I really feel my joints, then I don't have to think. Take away the air, take it. Take the air away. I'm gonna turn. Then maybe something vibrates with you, so you want to start saying that word. Repeating the word, and then the word brings out the different bodies. Go into the word, and then the word will bring many, many things. The different bodies are unfolding in front of you, and you just need to tune into them. Meaning you can find in everything or not. I mean, it can just be a vibration. Is there meaning? Is there not meaning? Are you interested in that?
I really wanted to start speaking.
More satisfaction for me.
I really felt like I was going into different body. I was less of my conscious self, but more of this thing that was just adopting things.
You're just another energy in the many energies around, and you're just flowing. It's wonderful to have desires and wishes. They will only become when we are those wishes, when we become. This is another way of realizing and understanding more about what you are, your being, and even why you came here.
Encountering such a diverse group of people coming from different practice, it helped me, especially because I come from performance art, to reevaluate what generally I give for granted. So what I expect other people to know, or how to relate to certain kind of approaches to the body. It's not always the case for other people coming from different practice, maybe more from visual art or when they engage with other materials. So it helped me to really strengthen my vocabulary to communicate what I want to say, also to different fields.
about making the movement as a group, allowing this movement to happen, and as she's doing it, I'm also doing it.
This workshop actually was a great experience for me because we did some certain exercises through this practice, which actually brought me to certain questions about myself and which brought me also to certain memories that had been lost and trapped somewhere behind me. So bringing it back up again and thinking about these questions, and also getting deeper into the analysis and thinking of our body. And I definitely think that this kind of will make a lot of change and give me deeper approach to my own artistic practice and the way I use the body in my art.
I am going to be listening to you more. I'm going to be meeting your needs first and primarily, because you and my body and my soul are the most important things in the world right now, because without that, there is nothing. My existence doesn't belong in this world. It's in another realm. Letting go, letting go. Oh, wow, the joy of letting go of all the things I do not want. Being introduced every day to a new version of myself.
Feeling more comfortable to sort of direct and talk to people regarding enacting something that I'm interested in doing with multiple people. That actually the workshop did give me this kind of bridge between directing someone but also thinking about how I can instruct them to identify with something that I'm myself embodying, if that makes sense, and bridge between myself and a space. Some of Lia Haraki's workshops really helped me to just be vocal in a space and use language and my voice just in a really simple task. That task I'm going to definitely use in my own practice just to get me to enter a room with sound, even though I thought I was comfortable.
And intuitively write down those desires, tools you're attracted to. In your own way, you're going to see this. It's your map. Sit with yourself and think about, what do you think the world is missing right now? Where do my desires meet the needs of the world?
For now, I know that it's really close to my practice, that's why I chose it. And I'm pretty sure that in the aftermath of this workshop, I will for sure I will understand what exactly I took.
Love is really peculiar in Norwegian, and it has a very different connotation. It's not active, it's like...
This workshop actually offered me the chance to be around people from different practices, different backgrounds, and different nationalities. It definitely helped me a lot. I can also add the workshops we took with great people and great instructors. I definitely took something, and it will definitely influence my practice and my work later.
Try to be conscious, really touch each other. See if your movement quality can become bound, stronger.
Is it traveling through peripheries means living and working in a natural oasis, where basically we started to learn and know each other and discussing the format of another kind of biennial and the big biennial, and the problem and the issues related also with the idea of working on the choice of having multiple venues.
What I'm interested in focusing is the movement of Israelis. Being an Israeli, this is the movement that I want to observe and question. And I somehow wanted the reality to break into the walls of the theater. And when I encountered this material, I felt that its frequency has a potential of becoming a performer, to give it its own status, its own presence, to continue its own also purpose. What does it mean when I gesture a gesture of Palestinian or an Israeli? We try to acknowledge the movement that the audience needs to do in order to arrive to see the work. So usually the work is not frontal. Usually you have to do something, you have to go around. It's a very specific physical experience. Not only physical but also emotional. And when I started to do this practice, somehow to extract and embody these gestures, I can say hyperventilating. I was totally emotional. What we see on TV, what we see in the media is the blood, and this is how the media captures us.
I've talked a lot about this need to focus on like touch and materiality. As kind of like an aesthetic starting point, which has been important because I've worked a lot with the body through video and through just live performances. But a lot of the underlying thought behind it is very internal. It's kind of the internal body that's kind of being displayed in some shape or form. So it's all abstracted. So this was very necessary in terms of just like getting like in contact, kind of. There's been like a lot of input that it's gonna solidify in some shape or form. But it was very nice to just get that, get all these physical exercises, and some of them I'll also take onwards because I work with other people as well, which is a nice tool to have.
Does your body feel different from the first day? And in what way? Start realizing stuff. You find something that is very fascinating and you want to stay with it a long time, and then you forget that you are yourself and your body. Then you start to embody the other thing that you see. It can be an element, it can be a phenomenon, it can be another body. It can be another even detail in the room.
I guess it's gonna be something good actually for me. For sure it's gonna be. Because I'm already feeling it, not only with my work. There's something changed. I know more about this field or this medium.
come being even closer, there is always more space. Even more, allow your body to surrender. Give permission to become part of it.
Definitely a curiosity and a kind of like a bit of desire to encounter other bodies and try to see if it is possible to work with more bodies than just like the body I am. And this is for me something which I was already looking for it, and this is why probably the reasons why I applied.
Surrender completely. Allow your body to drop. Have no resistance at all. Thoughts are evaporating, ideas are disappearing. Enjoy the present moment. You're floating. All is good, you're safe, you're trusted, you're trusting other people. Can you imagine how you look like now?
I am thinking that before the workshop, I didn't have so much close relationship with my body. So I think that through all this process and the relation with choreography, with dancers, etc., and meditation, of course, I am able now to be more close to my body. On the other hand, I'm thinking furthermore of the process of performance in terms of an unable body. I mean, if you don't have a body or if it's not a functionable body. So, of course, I was thinking about this before, but now it's even bigger for me.
I would say that being in an open space with other artists was actually the most helpful part. So I would definitely try to kind of invite other people as well in my practice. I think it's nice to not be in like a secular kind of state of mind to have your work. I think it's better to be in a conversation always with other people, which kind of brings or unfolds maybe other layers that you had not imagined before.
The entire title of the workshop and the entire thematics of the workshop are connected to my practice because it's the idea of embodiment and working with the body, so it was completely fitting with my practice. We had pretty interesting discussions about each other's works.
When they ground you, it's even better because when they ground you, you have to think about what.
There are moments in which also during the education or during processes, because they belong to house of production, and also when you have feedback, for example, in our process, to really select the people that can actually have care.
Bringing people to criticize your work is like just saying, I want to do the best out of it, and then, but really, what, like, if this is good, this is bad, what is the best? Like, who can really say what is the best?
You have to figure out which one works for you or not. You have to accept the opinions that actually have good arguments.
Actually, when you have an image and you hold on to this image, somebody comes and bashes this image, and suddenly the work reappears in much better shape, because you're locked on some kind of image here, and you cannot unlock it.
The way the body is represented is like, how to say, frames, like composition and stuff and everything. When you look through the history of, for example, electronic art and art and electronic media, for example, when you see the first electronic graphics or something, all when we using technology in the terms to repeat or some old aesthetic forms.
And it's a way of me using this opportunity to use multiple bodies because I'm interested in inhabiting multiple bodies within my own practice to engage with.
I'm spending so long in the water as one species acting as another child with an ear infection, for swimming so long in the water, on my back looking up to the sky. Yellow liquid sun.
You could see in some ways that people dance very differently. How can you listen to the other person and listen to their body language, listen to the way they respond to the touch? You could feel the energy still in the room to see if we can synchronize, but just with the breaths.
I want to enrich my practice with even performative elements or participatory practices. And my latest work, it was in a remote island in Greece, in Samothrace, where I create a self-constructed table. For me, again, the self-construction is another great notion. And I put also there local traditional treatments like wine, cheese, and everything. And I invite the artist that we collaborate there to celebrate our moment, our relationship, our coming together. And it was based actually in a tradition of Samothrace.
But somehow, if there is a way to combine these things and use technology in a way that is closer to humans, maybe, yeah.
Using the word nature is so dangerous.
No, using the word nature in a way that excludes other elements like the digital or the like it's all part of nature. That's like the way that we construct nature.
ورضوان المسك في أثوابه مرمر الماء وقد غيب الإبهام عنه الكدر مرمر الماء عليه فنظر قد أتانا ما تمنينا وقد غيب الإبهام عنه الكدر.
The same place, those people came out from the same place and they spread all over the
but maybe also with the
place and they are connecting many places.
Things have always been very abstract in a way, and I'm trying to, well, on a personal level, trying to avoid that a process of doing a project always has to entail with like a nervous breakdown of some sort, because it's all here.
Yeah.
So right now it's basically a cactus. It doesn't have like there's not a specific point where I'm kind of looking at it from, but there are different interests.